Um, First of all po, kindly state your name and your position po in this foundation.
I'm Miriam Del Rosario, the founder and executive director of the Birthright Educators Foundation.
Okay. So here are the questions. Based on your experiences, how did you start the Birthright Foundation?
Well, it was started when my daughter was diagnosed with leukemia, acute lymphocytic leukemia, and she had to be chemoed at Philippine Children's Hospital every month. And every month we go there, her roommate would always be a child with disability, and the parents would usually be depressed. So my husband, who is a pastor, would always advise, counsel the parents. And I was also wondering, how are these children being educated? How are they rehabilitated? And we also saw some children here in park homes who were just roaming around, and some of them were being stoned. So I said, why don't we start something for them? And we started with one psychology graduate among our young people, and we started a ministry for them. Just letting them to come here, and then marcha lang, because we didn't know anything. Until after a year, sabi ko, bakit marcha lang ito? Wala kaming alam eh. So I said, I have to go to a seminar. I went to a seminar, and then later on, somebody from one of the professors asked me, are you a graduate in college? Sabi ko, yes ma'am, why don't you take your master's in UP? I was invited to study there, and I studied there, and then I was given a presidential scholarship because of our work. And later, there were 2 other teachers who volunteered, and we also sent them to UP for their masters. And that's how we started everything. And we went to the mayor, just naglinya lang, and asked for a capital. And Mayor Ignacio Buni at that time gave us 68,000 to start a foundation. Now it would take 1 million to start a foundation. Before, it only took 50,000 lang. But now, that was 1993. And we formally started 1996. And in 1996, we started with 50,000. And now our asset is 6.5 million.
It's a lot. Okay, so what did you learn as the founder of the Birthright Educators Foundation?
What, as a leader?
Yes.
Well, I have learned that no ministry could really continue, or no ministry is sustainable without God's help. Because everything that came to us is only through God's help. Through people we don't even know. And when they hear of our work, they help us. And we didn't even ask for help from them. And then they just came and just help us because they see how we are doing. And later on, we formalized a school. We also started the first public special school here in Muntinlupa.
Yeah.
We the parents advocated that a public special school be put up here, and I lent them two of our teachers. Now they have about 6 special schools here now, but we are one of the few special schools which is private.
Okay, that's amazing.
I have also learned that you have to take care of your people. We always give scholarships for their master's degree for our teachers. And if they feel that you really care for them, you really want them to advance in their professional life, they will stay. I have teachers here who stayed with me for 22 years, 17 years, and they don't want to go out. I always tell them, you can start your own school and I will help you. And they tell me, Mom, it's nice here in Birthright. It's okay, we stay here. Ganyan.
Okay, so challenges. How do you handle different learning capacities of the students?
Well, when you are taking your master's degree, you are taught techniques. You are techniques and methods in teaching special children. There are also some rehabilitation techniques from occupational therapists and also speech therapists, which we learn in UP. So we also apply that. In reading, for example, there's the Fernald method. So we also use that. We also use our ano lang personal through your personal experiences, you learn certain things that is not taught by the book. So you have to use your common sense. And of course, you have to read a lot to keep up with the trends. You have to read what is new now among the many or the various techniques in helping children with autism, children with learning disability. So you really have to keep up. That's why we have our in-house training every year. We always keep up with the new techniques.
Okay. So what are the common difficulties of the students?
Students, we have mostly children with autism here and learning disability. Children with developmental problems or intellectual problems.
Okay. So opportunities. What kind of opportunities do you give to those who have graduated in your program?
Well, some of them are teaching here already. Some of them who are high functioning have already found work. We have graduates who are accountants, who are IT specialists, children with autism, but they are very, very intelligent. So they find work. And we have also children, students who have graduated and who come back to us and who tell us they want to teach here. So we also accept them.
That's cute. What opportunities do you gain from starting the foundation?
What opportunities?
Do
Pardon?
you gain from starting the foundation?
Well, experience of faith, strengthening the faith that you have in the Lord, because sometimes finances can be bothersome, but you learn to trust the Lord on finances, because kung hindi ka brave enough to continue, the program could not be sustainable. Of course, we are charging tuition fees now. Some people think that we are charging high tuition fees, but they don't know that only few children are paying. Most of our students have scholarships, because if we see that they really want to study and their parents are poor, we accept them. Because we believe that each person has the right to education.
Okay, so that's all. Thank you for this interview.
Okay.